Welcome back to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. So hopefully we've recovered from the end of last episode and we're ready to get on trucking through. We're heading this way. This guy's not even going to turn around. Alright, that was easy. Open up here. And we have very cool NPC. She is one of the two NPCs that we're going to follow through. We're going to follow through with her because we want her equipment.
What is it? I don't know. Things are... Norman. They say
So we're going to go through...
You are an odd one in... Well, you've made a point. I can see that you are mid-journey.
So this is what we want right here.
I will help you. I come from Mirror, a land of nuts. My sword is always ready.
Cool.
Don't
So once...
take a call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed.
Alright, you done? So once she says that, we have made some progress with her, so she'll be moving around. We'll be catching up with her. We'll also need to summon her 3 times as we go along as well. So we're going to summon her in as well as the other NPC whenever we get an opportunity to do so. Those will be the only summons that I take advantage of. Okay, so we want to go this way. And you want to be careful fighting this guy in certain areas because this is definitely one of them. Because of that. Might as well demonstrate it. Alright. And also, fighting him out here leaves you open to get knocked off. So we'll come down here. And come on, come down and fight. Dude, we know you're a pyromancer, alright? No one's impressed. There we go. One down. More gold pine resin. Going to be very useful. Coming up. Now we want to get this guy's attention. And we want to... No, don't you dare. Okay, cool. We want to bring him over here. We don't want him to fight by that barrel. Because we need that barrel. So, R2's definitely a decent moveset with this weapon. Hits pretty hard. Alright, so now what we want to do is walk up to this barrel, give it a slight nudge, and hopefully it goes the direction we want it to. It did not. How far did it go off? We may be able to fix that. We want it right here. It's supposed to hit here. Oh, thanks, dude. That works. Now we're not going to fight by it because we don't want it to explode or get crushed. Alright, let's see. Please move off there. Damn. Ugh. Alright, so... nothing's gonna go the way I want it to go. It's definitely not close enough. No! Stop going back that way. Damn you. This is so ridiculous. Getting close though. But I don't think that's close enough. We can get it up against the wall there. There we go. Whew. Bam. That's what we wanted. Now we got not only a bonfire. We'll light our torch. But come in here, you see this guy, he's sitting there. Kind of a crusty fella. But if you do this, you give him some flames, and then rest, it pops up over there. So now we've got our second smith, and he is much better because he can now imbue your weapons with different elements. More twinkling. Titanite shards. Large, which is good. And so we picked up a flame, so he's gonna ask for it here. Okay. So we can buy the bastard sword, but we don't want to do that. Uchi katana we're not going to use because it's a primarily dex weapon. Wing spear. We're not going to buy anything from him. Royal kite. You want a different looking shield, but he does sell a good assortment of bolts and arrows, repair powder, and large titanite shards, so you can get the large upgrade through him. We want to go ahead and +5 that, and we will also, because we're going to be heading there, and I will be using this sword for a little while at least, even though it's a dex weapon really. Yeah, we're going to put that in there. Cool. That's about it for that. Alright, now we're ready to get out of here for now. And really, I feel like from this point, the game really starts to pick up, so we're doing good.
Oh, I've stuck some. They've been saying
So this dude's all moved, and what I want to buy. So they have the Elite Knight set. I will pick it up at some point, but I feel like, you know, that was my armor for Dark Souls 1, so I probably won't be using it. I'll be using pieces of it maybe, because Dark Souls 2 has some outstanding fashion.
thanks very much.
We're gonna stick with this for now because we don't want to. Our rolls are trash as it is. We don't want to make them even worse by putting on some heavy gear. But I do have a plan coming up. So we're gonna head this way now. And we're getting to the point now, you know, we kind of spent all that time in Forest of the Fallen Giants. And there's some parts that are detailed and look really nice, but most of it is just the same stuff over and over again. And now we're getting to the point where we start to get some of the variety of Dark Souls 2. And even though the don't need to pick this up, but we're gonna for the soul item. Even though maybe Dark Souls 2 doesn't have the most detail in its levels, like definitely Dark Souls 3 and 1, I feel like it does have a really good variety. So we come out here, and this is a really cool place. I love this environment, even though the skybox could use some work. But, so we got these guys sitting around. Don't mess with them. We're just going to leave them sit for now. It will make this part much, much more enjoyable. First thing we want to do is get our bonfire. These dudes, circle them. Crack blue eye orb. Alright, this guy can be a pain in the butt unless you got a nice shield. And he's really easy. Surprisingly, he does not take off that much of your stamina when you block. Hailstone, which is a weapon upgrade item. This guy, be careful, make sure he doesn't knock you off of here like he's gonna do to me. Alright, just circle him. I don't know what I'm doing. Cool. So when you kill him, that pops up. And that will make the second boss of the area that we're going to fight, actually the main boss of the area, that will make his fight even easier than it already is. We're going to draw this guy out. Same thing here. You can block this guy's attacks pretty easy. He doesn't have a whole lot of... Once you kill him, these guys aggro, so we're gonna get out of there so we're not fighting two at a time. The one guy will reset. You can see he's already heading back. Just gonna... Same thing here. We're gonna circle around him. Good old 1, 2, 3. Now that they're out of the way, go ahead and pull this. And you can see straight across. What that does is it gives us a complete floor to fight the boss on. We won't have to worry about falling off. Here they're going to send two guys at you. So a couple of these knights begin to aggro. But we're going to run... here. Big guy turned around, so we'll fight him here. Now, these dudes hit hard, so you do have to be careful, but they are kind of easy to get a backstab. They do some pretty funky moves. Do his charge move. Alright, he's out of here. We want to save some Estus here for the upcoming events. Blessing. I believe we have a couple of those. We could actually... We got 4 of them. Well, that's some nice emergency healing if we need it. Alright, so here we want to draw this guy down. Don't go running up there quite yet. can see, this guy's a bit of a pain in the ass. But not too bad. Alright, now, for the dragon. There's a number of ways to handle this dragon. This is actually how I like to do it. I like to strip down to the undies. We want to lower our equip burden as much as possible. We'll two-hand our weapon, and we're gonna run. What we need to do is we need to get across this bridge in time, which we did. Now just start hammering away at his legs. And he dies pretty quick. Petrified Dragon Bone, upgrade item, and a Watch Dragon Parma. So the Watch Dragon Parma is a 90% physical block shield, but it also improves your item discovery. So if we're trying to farm something right now, what we would want to do is throw on these two items, and it would help our chances at getting whatever we were going for. We're not farming just yet, so no, let's go with that. Falconer. All right, cool. Five effigies. Really cool. Life gemage. Alright, now we're at a boss gate, and this guy is actually really easy. He's an old familiar face. Unfortunately, he does not fight nearly as well as Ornstein. But I wish we could get that armor. And basically, you just circle around this guy and keep your shield up. Back away from this. Just using light attacks. Try some heavy. Yep, that'll do it. So pretty easy boss fight if you've got a good sword and shield. We got the old Leo ring, which strengthens your thrust counterattacks. Which, if we go to the Drangleic sword, I will probably put that ring on because of the thrusting attack. Cracked blue eye orb. Multiplayer item. And the tower shield and the cleric's parma. Tower shield could be a thing eventually, but obviously right now it's not. It's actually a really good shield, so we may put that into effect. Stick with that. Now, you need a certain item to talk to this guy, so he's just going to be a jerk.
This is be gone. You would never make.
He's going to ignore us, blah, blah, blah. bonfire here. This is actually a multiplayer arena, so you go to these statues. But we're offline, so it's not going to work. What we want to do is we want to go back to the Tower of Flame ruin bonfire. Heide's ruin. Okay, so we can actually, from here, we can actually go ahead and wrap up this area. So we're just heading straight back through. But this time we're going to go to the right. Same thing, we'll aggro this guy first. Love that swing. Now, we don't really even need to fight these guys, so we're not gonna. We're just gonna run by them. Hell with it. They will follow us down here. There's an NPC you can summon in, but believe me, this boss is so easy, you don't need to worry about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in here before those guys get us. Good old Dragon Rider. Now this is as straightforward as it gets. Just circle around, keep your shield up. Not really much else to it. That's it. Yep, just that easy. Now, one thing to be aware of is once you kill him, all those little knights that were just chilling out, you can see them now. And now they're all active. So that's why you want to go up to the cathedral and kill the old Dragonslayer first, then the Dragon Rider. Because this place gets significantly more difficult when those guys are patrolling. And I actually will come back at some point and farm those guys to try to get their weapons and their armor. Over here.
Are you from? My name is. I have counter spread. I can see, but the cost of it.
She's our miracle vendor. She sells an assortment of spells if you have a
No need for
faith-based character.
The gods frown upon such soul scribbers.
Now she also will open up a path for you later on, but it costs to do that. If you don't want to pay for it, you can just kick her off here and fight her. Try to knock her off over here, I think, or somewhere. Whatever. We're not going to deal with it. I never do it. I'll just pay it. This game gives us enough souls. So, alright, let's go back and level. And actually, before we do that, let's go back to Cardinal Tower. And I actually forgot to do this at the beginning of last episode. But we want to talk to her. What we'll do though first is I'm gonna buy these 2 items. It's gonna take a good chunk of our souls, but that's fine. Okay, so now we get the covetous Silver Serpent +1. And we want to talk to her. This should be it right here. Alright, so once she says that, she's going to head to Majula. And then once she's there, you will have a vendor for life gems and effigies. So you can see her right here. She's good to go there. And now... Think. Yep, now we can level.
Seek, less.
Okay, we can't even do that, so... I'll bring... Actually, you know what? We're gonna work on our vitality and our adaptability. Looks good for now. Let's see. I doubt we're gonna be able to. Yeah, that's gonna push us right there to the limit. Okay, no big deal. Stick with this for a little longer. Alright, cool. That's gonna wrap it up. Let me head to our destination. Alright, that's gonna do it for this episode. We will continue on straight ahead. Head to the next area. We come back. I'll see you then.